Hey, Avery Ranch and 78717 homeowners. I'm Eric Peterson, the owner and listing broker at Kopa Real Estate, with your Avery Ranch and 78717 real estate market update. In this video, I'm going to talk about the most recent real estate statistics for the area, as well as what I've been seeing in the market over the last 30 days that you should know about if you're planning on making a move. And if you are planning on making a move, be sure to sign up for one of our upcoming in-person home selling seminars or online webinars where I'm going to explain everything that you need to know about the home selling process so you can position yourself for a successful sale, whether you're ready next month or next year. Sign up today. We've got multiple days and times coming up. Sign up at copaseminar.com. Let's get into the statistics for Avery Ranch and 78717 for August 2025. And in August, there were 29 homes that were sold, which is up 20% from last year. Median sales price was $584,000 and average sales price was $660,000. Median days on the market was 23 days, and that's up 11 days from last year. So you can see the market slowing down a little bit. The original list price to close price was at 93.8% for August. That was down a little bit from last year. And then you look at the inventory levels, we have 312 new listings this year. That was up almost 25%. And so number of homes that have gone under contract was 190, which is up 13%. But that's still a pretty big difference. And running right now, we're still looking at a considerable number of homes, more homes on the market compared to last year. And in my opinion, that's the most important statistic heading into the rest of this year and 2026. You know, the reality is the market's pretty tough right now, but I don't want to come across as being like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh and always talking about the bad things, because I'm shooting this on September 4th, and we've already had two listings that have gone under contract on Labor Day and then on September 3rd. So we are still selling houses still at good prices, but you do need a little bit different plan than maybe a couple of years ago. And one of the reasons why we're still selling homes, though, is because I'm giving people the real information that you need to know. No fluff. I'm not sugarcoating anything. So that's really important. It can be very attractive to talk to a real estate agent who's only telling you the good news, maybe about your house or about the market overall. But we're seeing right now 60 to 100 homes not selling overall. And in a large part, that's because those people just weren't being told the truth by the real estate agent that they hired. So you don't want to wind up in that situation. One of the big questions, of course, people have been asking me at our home selling seminars, and even when they call me about listing their house, is, should I list my house this year? Should I wait until next year? And of course, I don't have a crystal ball. We've been in a declining real estate market for about 3 years now. And so that's always been a kind of a losing bet for the last 3 years. We don't know what's going to happen with interest rates. We don't know what's going to happen necessarily with the inventory of homes for sale. We don't know what's going to happen with the jobs market. But what I can point to is two groups that do forecasting, Zillow and this Reventure app. Both of them are predicting that home prices will be lower next year. And so it's very hard for me to tell somebody that you should hold off on selling your house. Particularly, I typically am selling homes for people who are selling their home or putting their home on the market for a reason. And they're ready to move on to something else, right? Maybe they're ready to downsize, or maybe they're relocating, whatever the case is. So they're not necessarily selling their house for fun. And in those situations, I'm really recommending people get their house on the market right away. Remember that last year, September, October, November, we were selling homes for higher prices than people got when they put their home on the market this spring. And you would have been better off putting your house on the market on January 2nd than waiting until May 15th this year. I don't know if that's going to happen again next year, but certainly the trends and looking at the inventory levels would point in that direction. And because the forecasts are coming out and saying that, it'd be hard for me to tell somebody casually, oh yeah, just hold off and wait. But if you're ready to talk about your situation, we're selling homes right now. We don't need you to sell your house right now, though. And so if you just want to talk to me with no strings attached, feel free to contact me, and we'll kind of run through what the data looks like and what your situation looks like, and maybe I can give you a little bit better personal advice about your situation. We do have a little bit of good news in the mortgage market, though. As of today, September 4th, Interest rates, mortgage rates are at an 11-month low. So we're now under 6.5%. Of course, I'm not a mortgage lender, but this is from Mortgage News Daily averages. And a couple reasons for that. Of course, we've been talking about inflation for a long time, and that's what makes the headlines. But the Federal Reserve has, the chairman has been talking more about the jobs market, and there has been some data that's come out showing that the job market is becoming softer. All you have to do is talk to somebody who might be worried about losing their job, or somebody who's been looking for work, and understanding that there's the data, but there's also real life. And for those people, certainly the job market does seem like it is softer. So this is the unfortunate thing about mortgage rates, and even what the Fed is going to do is that it probably is going to require more softness in the job market, not even so much inflation, but just that job market to get mortgage rates lower. And so it does seem like we're going in that direction. So the consensus now is that the Fed's going to cut rates in September. That's one extra time than what was expected. That's already been built into the mortgage rates. And of course, the Fed doesn't directly control mortgage interest rates. It's really more the 10-year Treasury yield that is more tied to the rates. There's a spread there, and that spread has been coming down as well a little bit. So that's what's caused some of the mortgage rates to come down. We still don't have anybody that is forecasting tremendous drops in mortgage rates through the end of next year. Fannie Mae just came out and was predicting 6.1% through the end of next year. Who knows? Everybody has been way off on their forecasts about mortgages in the past 3 years. So we'll see. But it does look like at least we're getting things going in that right direction. And perhaps that momentum causes some buyers to get off the fence. Only time will tell, right? I don't know what's going to happen with home sale prices, though, going into next year. I'd love to hear your opinion. Leave me a comment and be sure to subscribe to our channel for more local real estate information. And finally, I feel like I should talk about this almost on a monthly basis. I got a call from somebody who moved out of state, and they rented their house for 2 years, and the property manager has just put it up for rent again for a third time. It's been on the market for about 30 days. And fortunately, it didn't rent, right? The rental